You've always been quick, not tall. Not the strongest, but quick. The ball doesn't wait, so neither do you. Your feet move before your brain catches up. You don't think about it, you just react. That's why shortstop feels right. Other kids wanted to hit home runs. You wanted to stop them. You like the challenge of being in the middle of everything. You like knowing that if something went wrong, you were the first person expected to fix it. Your first real play wasn't pretty. A ground ball rolled your way. You bent down, gloves shaky, and threw with everything you had. The runner was out. Nobody cheered. It wasn't a big moment. But for you, it was everything. You didn't care that nobody noticed. You knew how close you came to missing. You wanted that chance again. At shortstop, you learn fast that mistakes are remembered. Every bad throw, every missed ball, it sticks with people. But clean plays? Expected. Normal? Forgotten. You don't get applause for doing your job right, you only get silence. And you learn to enjoy that silence. It means you did your job, so you stay after practice, you take extra grounders, you work on double plays, you practice throws from the hole. While others chase highlights, you chase consistency. You know shortstop is a position that gets noticed most when it fails. You watch professional shortstops like a student. You're not watching for diving stops or flashy tags. You're watching their feet, their balance, how they read the ball before it's hit. You study how they make impossible plays look routine. That's what you want. To be so good, people forget how hard it is. At showcases, scouts are busy with power hitters. They watch exit velocity, not footwork. You still give them clean throws, quick hands, sharp flips. Most don't look up from their clipboards, but that doesn't change what you do. Your coach calls you the anchor. You know that means you're reliable. You hold the infield together. You're not the loudest. You're not the star. But you're the one they trust when the game gets messy. And that trust is earned. Every ground ball is a test. Every inning is a chance to prove you're still the right person for the job. You never assume your spot is safe. You've seen how quickly people look for the next big thing. But you're still here, because you're still the one making the plays. You don't play for attention. You play because you like knowing the ball is coming to you when it matters. You like the pressure. You like being the one expected to handle it. When the ball skips off the dirt, when the runner is flying down the line, when everything depends on that one play, you're ready. Because you've been ready for this moment your whole life. You don't need the spotlight to know your value. You just need the next ground ball. High school baseball is louder. The crowds, the players, the pressure. Everyone's looking for the next big hitter or the next pitcher who throws 90 miles per hour. No one's really looking at you. You're the shortstop. Your job hasn't changed. You're still the one making the routine plays. You're still the one fixing mistakes before they happen. But in high school, people only notice when you don't. The new freshman gets all the attention. He's bigger. He hits the ball harder. Scouts watches every swing. You stand at shortstop quietly doing your job. You take the grounders. You make the throws. The coaches notice, they just don't say it out loud. Practice is a battle you don't talk about. You're fighting to be perfect. Every ground ball is another test. One mistake, and the whispers start. Maybe he's slipping. Maybe it's time for someone new. You can't let that happen. So you stay late. You take more fungos. You work on the same plays over and over. You know you can't afford to slip. The other players might get by with their bat. You don't have that safety net. Your glove is your ticket. Scouts come to games. They watch the power hitters. You turn a double play that keeps the other team from scoring. Nobody writes that down. But your pitcher sees it. Your coach sees it. That's enough to keep you going. Games get tight. Errors happen. But when the ball finds you, you're ready. You've seen this play 100 times in practice. You know where your feet should be. You know how to get the out. The hotshot players might get the attention, but when the game is close, when the team needs someone steady, they look your way. You're not the loudest. You're not the flashiest. But you're the one they trust. That's what matters. College baseball feels faster right away. Ground balls come at you harder. Runners move quicker. The same plays you used to make without thinking now take full focus. You're not the top recruit. You didn't come here for your bat. You're here because you can make the plays others can't. Coaches call you steady. You know that means they trust you, but you also know it means you're not their star. The pressure never leaves. Every practice, every rep, you have to prove you belong. You work on the same plays again and again. Double plays, backhands, slow rollers. You don't get to relax. One bad week, one mistake, and you know there's someone ready to take your spot. Scouts show up to watch the big hitters and the pitchers. You're there, turning two, making clean throws, covering for others. You know you're not why they're here. But you're also why your team wins games. You've learned to lead by example. You call out shifts. You position your teammates. You keep the infield running smooth. Most people don't notice, but the guys on the mound do. They pitch differently because you're out there. Late nights, you stay behind, the field is empty, but you're still working. You take more grounders, you practice the throws that nobody else thinks about, you're not chasing attention, you're making sure you're ready for the next game, the next challenge. The dream of playing in the pros is always there, but you know how small the window is. Shortstops are easy to replace, there's always a new player with a stronger arm, a louder bat. But when the game's on the line, you know your value. You watch Major League shortstops not for their diving plays, but for how they move their feet, how they stay calm. That's the level you want to reach. The level where hard things look simple. Your coaches respect you, your teammates rely on you. You don't need to be in the spotlight to know you matter. You keep working. Because shortstop isn't a position you hold on to by being flashy. You keep it by being right. Every play, every inning, you get drafted. Not early, not with fanfare. You're a late round pick. Good glove, safe pick. That's what they say. You're not their future. You're their backup plan. Pro ball is different. Everyone is bigger, stronger, faster. The ball comes at you harder. The margin for error shrinks. You still make the plays. You still do your job. But now, every throw feels like a test. The team doesn't notice when you're perfect. They notice when you're not. That hasn't changed. What has changed is how easily they talk about replacing you. Every year, new shortstops show up. Bigger arms, louder bats, but they can't handle the little things. You can. That's why you're still here. You ride buses to small towns. You play in empty parks. You stay sharp because you have to. The second you slip, you're gone. You know that. Scouts don't come for you. They come for the guys hitting home runs, for the pitchers throwing gas. You're out there making the routine plays look easy. You're the reason the game doesn't fall apart. But that doesn't fill the stands. You get a spring training invite, not because they think you'll make the big team, because when the hotshot rookie boots an easy grounder, they need someone to show how it's done. You step in, you fix it, you always do. It's exhausting. Your body aches more now, ankles, knees, shoulders. You tape up, you ice down, you keep playing. Because if you don't, they'll find someone else. Coaches know your value, pitchers trust you. But the front office looks at numbers. They want power. They want flash. You're reliable. And in their eyes, reliable is easy to replace. But you keep showing up. You keep taking grounders after games. You keep working on throws from the hole. You keep making the plays that win games, but never get noticed. One night after a long doubleheader, your manager tells you, "You saved us out there." No cameras catch it. But you hear it. You feel it. You stay ready. You always have. You've always known you wouldn't be the star. You're not the home run hitter. You're not the pitcher with a fastball everyone talks about. You're the shortstop, the one who keeps the team steady when things get messy. Most fans only notice you when you make a mistake. That bad throw, that ground ball you miss, then it's all eyes on you. But when you make the right play, the play that keeps your team safe, it's quiet. Because that's what they expect. But your teammates notice. Pitchers trust you. Coaches trust you. They know how much work it takes to be ready every inning. They know how many bad situations you fix before anyone even sees the danger. You don't play for applause. You play because you understand the game. You play because you know every out matters. Every clean play you make keeps your team alive. It's not glamorous. You don't get big interviews. You don't get viral clips, but you get the respect of the players who know the difference between loud and valuable. You've worked through injuries. You've stayed late after practice. You've watched younger, louder players come and go, but you keep showing up. Because you know shortstop isn't about being flashy. It's about being ready, always. You love the little moments, the soft grounder that looks harmless but could ruin the game if you miss. The sharp line drive that finds your glove because you were already moving. Those plays matter, even if no one talks about them. When the crowd gets quiet, when the pitcher needs a double play, when the game feels like it could slip away, that's when you shine. You don't think, you react, you make the play. You've built your career on making hard things look simple. You've built your reputation on trust. You're the reason the defense works. The reason pitchers can challenge hitters without fear. Baseball loves its heroes. The big bats, the strikeout kings. But you know the truth. Teams don't win without players like you. Players who don't ask for attention. Players who do the work because it has to be done. You've lived in the background. You've been the steady hand when others get the spotlight. And you're okay with that. Because you've seen what happens when a team doesn't have a good shortstop. You've seen games fall apart because of one missed grounder. You've seen pitchers lose control when the infield isn't solid. You never let that happen on your watch. You take pride in that. And even if no one else notices, you do. When the game is on the line, when the ball comes your way, you don't flinch. You don't think about who's watching, you just make the play. For that moment, you're the most important player on the field. That's why it sucks to be a shortstop. And that's exactly why you never stop showing up.